Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. I am the Custard Prophet and we're back here for our Football Manager 23 playthrough, the ABC Journeyman with club number 9, which is Coventry City. We are at the end of the 2050 season with Coventry and we're playing our final game of the season and we're going to be playing Wolves. It has gone badly since we were last together. Yeah, this is one of those times where Football Manager roundly hits you in the face and makes you work hard to try and turn things around, and it's just gone terribly since the loss against Inter. 6-1 loss against Inter. We have lost every single game, so the last 4 games against Chelsea, Swansea, Brighton and United, and only scored 1 goal in the process and not really created many chances. We have been pretty useless. There are some excuses. Injuries have definitely been a problem. Suspensions, red cards have definitely been an issue. We've had a lot of players out. We've also had players who can't play against their parent clubs, like Gusic against Man United. We'll talk about what that meant when we get to that game. But yeah, against Chelsea, we actually got it back to 1-1. I'd have been happy with a 1-1 draw against Chelsea, but our ex-player Gregory Rodriguez scored for Chelsea with a header. They deserved the win, but we could have pulled something out of there. Away against Swansea, we were pretty horrendous here. Mertelmeier got himself sent off, so that was fun. But we hardly created a thing there. I think, yeah, we missed a penalty. That was the only real chance we had. Franchetti missed a penalty early on. Maybe that would have changed things around, but could not get the win. Against Brighton, who, no, they're a good side, but you know, they played like the home side in this one. Comfortable 2-0 win. Don't think we had a shot on target in the whole game. Really, really poor. And against Man United, we were really down to the bare bones, as you can see. Our centre-back partnership were Franchetti and Alvarez. So we had our 3 first-choice centre-backs out, either not available for this game like Gusic or injured. And on the bench we had the likes of Luca Podmore, as well as 3 or 4 other youth team players. We really had very, very little to bring on to change the game. But in all honesty, at no point in that game did we deserve anything out of them. And 3-0, it was a kind scoreline to us. They could have scored 5 or 6 more. You can see the only player who came out with any credit was Gunderland, who has had his dodgy moments recently. The one against Cardiff, we got the win there, but he gave up a goal there. So it has been possibly the most difficult spell that I've had as Coventry manager, and it does throw up some questions. You know, do we sit and try and make this right, or do we make the move if a job comes up? You know, whatever that job is. I am not sure. We'll have a little quick look at the job before we play the Wolves game. I'm not expecting much out of this. Leeds already. Oh, interesting. They're 10th. What's happened there? Yeah, the Leeds job is available. We can't go to that one because we haven't unlocked L. But there are definitely other jobs in there that we could go to. Blackburn, Brighton, Arsenal if it came up. That's what we've been after. As well as Chelsea, the one we turned down. And yeah, this is just horrendous. You can see we have lost the last 5 league games. Or the last 5 games. We're in really, really poor form. Right, folks, let's go and dive in. Again, we are lacking a lot of players, so it's going to be a bit of an issue. You can see here we have out Bykov and Christensen just coming back. Mertelmeier still suspended. Leo's on the bench, but I'm not sure whether let's try him. It's the final game of the season. Let's try him on that side, and we'll just see what happens here. We've got a lot of tired players. Calpathwaite has had just a string of terrible performances since his hat-trick against Reading, wasn't it? Not seen anything from him. Spice hasn't scored in ages. Long, no one's been finding the passes. These two at the back just can't seem to work well together. But I've got no one else to put there, so they're going to have to play together. So we've gone back to this formation, the 4-4-2. We've been trying the 4-3-3, the yeah, 4-2-3-1 formation. That neither of those have been working recently, so we're coming back to this one, and we'll see whether we can just. I mean, a draw. I would take a draw just to arrest the slide, because it has been horrendous. It really has. So disappointing to what was a really good season till the halfway point. A season we've won the FA Cup, or the Carabao Cup. We got to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, but it has just fallen apart quite miserably. Well, early chance, 21 minutes. This is a rare thing. We're actually having more shots than they do. That's not been the case. As you can see, we're definitely going to be finished in this position or higher up. We can't go down any lower. We have got guaranteed European football. The likelihood is we are not going to get Champions League football. That's the sad reality of it, because there's two teams ahead of us, and Man United, Man City are one of those teams who are fighting for those Champions League places, and we almost, just a lot throw there, no one marking them. We really do need, I think there's maybe a little bit of an overhaul in the summer that we might have to go through. Certainly at the back, we are a shadow of what we were. This is better. Nice ball through, and it's Cowperthwaite misses. It's his left foot. He's not as good with his left foot, but we should have got a goal there. We should be 1-0 up. This has been infinitely better than we have played. We have not created this sort of amount of chances. There's Long there. Probably should have scored himself. We'll get to half time. We haven't scored, but performance-wise, this is the best we've done in a month, easily. So, you know, this is much better. Maybe it's just having Leo back in there. It creates a bit better balance. I don't know. He's tired. We're not going to bring him off just yet. It'd be nice to get a goal if we can whilst he's on the pitch. He's not going to get the full 90, that's for sure. Well, Gundogan, he has missed one of those in the past, where he was running out for the ball, and he wasn't able to jump as high as the guy was able to head, which was one of the worst mistakes I've seen. Here's Chilino. Leo. Nice. Chilino overlapping. Inside. Spice. Oh, it's just wide. Oh, nuts. It's the corner coming in. It does feel like it could be one of those days where we do everything but score and maybe get a sucker punched. But as I said, a draw would be a fabulous result for us. So Charlie Allen has come on for his last game for the club. It was always going to happen. But he's replaced Spice, who hasn't scored in a while. But could Charlie Allen... Oh, it's Cowperthwaite. Is he onside? I think he was. And Cowperthwaite, who has been anonymous in the last few games, hasn't even had a shot. There's a fair few games where he hasn't even got an XG rating, which is shocking compared to what he's done. But a lovely through ball. This is easily the best we've done. Created loads of chances. Should be well more than 1-0 up. So is it just Leo? Is that the difference? Because it's a bit weird if that's the case. Oh. Now, can we hold on to this? This is the big question. Well, they've run away with it. Franchetti, who's been at centre-back in the last game against United, he was not very good there. I think Leo's perhaps going to have to come off at this point. We're going to bring Pendo on that side. I think we'll leave it at that for now. Or maybe make a triple substitution towards the end. But yeah, I'd be frustrated if we end up not winning this, because we have been excellent. And Wolves have created absolutely zero. And in it goes. Oh dear, the amount of times FM's done this to us, but it's a much better performance. I'm not too worried about whatever the result is, more that we're actually creating chances. Right, a couple of late changes. Reyes, who might be his last season, and Agba both coming on just to try and create one last chance. But it does feel like the chance has dried up now. Leo's gone off. You know, is a 1-1 draw, and it's, you know, we finish up absolutely deserved to win that. We didn't do it, but it's a much, much better performance. We need to play like that, not how we've been playing. Gives me much more hope going into the next season if we're still going to be here. I'm not entirely sure what the outcome of this season is going to be now in terms of other teams. So you can see Forest, looks like Southampton finished up in the bottom 3. Cardiff eventually winning through. Wow. Winning in the very final game of the season against Brentford to relegate Southampton. Wow. That is harsh. And Southampton drew their game against United. Who would have thought that? What an end to the season. But we end up 6th place. Our lowest end to the season for a good long while. Perhaps we should have ended up on 71 points, but it wouldn't have made a difference, would it, in terms of our position? So that's all fine. And we didn't lose the last game of the season, so that's good. Right, Chelsea end up in 12th. They're not going to be happy with that. Losing at home to, who's that? West Ham. So we've qualified for the Europa League by right, because through the FA Cup and through our league position, so that's fine. We get £28 million for 6th place, so that's going to be good. And our new stadium is going to be opening this season, so we're going to have a increase of capacity of around 13,000 people. So that's going to have a big impact on our potential income every single match day. Right, folks, let's have a quick look at jobs. Looks like the Leeds manager's still out of the job. No one else looks like they're going to be kicked out. Amazing that the Chelsea are happy with 12th place. That's good enough for them. Absolutely amazing. Don't think there's anyone else who is on the way out. I mean, Frankie Lampard, he's 71 and he's still happy to continue. Oh, Nathan Patterson, really? Yeah, less said about him the better. Yeah, so anyway, folks. Oh, Trevor Chalobah, he's now a manager. Good. Okay, folks, well, that's it for another season. Not sure quite what's going to happen in terms of our movement, in terms of jobs, but we may still be at Coventry next season. But I think, given how things have gone, we are going to have to do some serious pruning of this squad. We know Ruben Reyes is going to be leaving. We know Charlie Allen are going to be leaving. Those have been two very important players in the club for a long, long time. There may well be other players who move on. We know Chelino is going to be coming in. He actually had a really good game in that last one, so that's good. But Gusic, who's been probably our best defender, will be leaving, so that leaves another hole at the back. And we really desperately need centre-backs who work well together. We've not seemed to have that, certainly for the second half of the season. We need more depth in a lot of places. We don't really have the wages to make that happen, but maybe the wage budget will be slightly increased because we've got that little bit extra backing, financial backing with the new stadium. I don't know, but we will find out next year. Let me know what you thought about all of that. What would you be doing to this squad? Who would you be cutting loose? Who would you be building the team around? Let me know. If you did enjoy that, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.